Okay, hello and welcome, Aries, to your weekly reading for July 5th through the 11th. My name is Maddie, and thank you for stopping by Wild Magnolia Tarot. For this reading, I went ahead and I started out by drawing a card from the Wild Unknown Archetype deck by Kim Kranz. I love these cards. I think they're fantastic, and they really do a good job of helping to set the tone for the reading, give you something to meditate on for the next week or so. Like, these cards are really good for working with over longer periods of time. Less about short, mundane messages, and they're better for really giving you something to think about. And I am going to read the description of this card from the book because I think it's just a really good book. I think it's a great book, and I want to read it, and that can give you more to think about as we move through the rest of the cards. So the stone, which here, I'll show it. If it will focus. No focus. Well, maybe that's a sign of something. Maybe we're not focused. Okay. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go, therefore it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So, a theme of this reading and a theme for you for the next week may be grounding. Whether it's just grounding yourself mentally in order to get your life in order, or in order for you to keep up on what's going on, or if you really do need to get out into nature, go to a park, hug a tree, whatever. Grounding to the earth is important for you this week. So I'm going to draw some tarot cards. I'm going to draw 6 tarot cards. The first card is going to be you for the week of, it's going to describe you. It's not going to be you. It's going to describe you for the next week. Give me a card for Aries for the week of July 5th. Oh, throwing cards. Actually, we got 2. We got the Emperor. I'm going to figure out a better camera situation eventually. We have the Emperor. That didn't help. And then we have Judgment. So this is about maintaining or establishing order, having a routine, making decisions, cutting things out that need to be cut out, or bringing in better habits that you need to implement to be more productive. And this really does go well with the theme of grounding, getting back to business, getting back down to, what they say, back down to brass tacks. You know, maybe you've been sitting in indecision for a little while, or there's something that you've been wanting to do, or something that you need to do that you've been avoiding, and allowing the circumstances around you to determine what you do and how much you get done and what your goals are. So this is just advising you what you need is to make the decision to implement order in your life. Get yourself back in a routine, and focus on earthly things, things that are going on around you that are tangible, that you can affect. The basics, housework, work, schoolwork, wherever you find yourself needing to get things sorted out and get things done, that's the area of your life that you need to get in order. So the next card is going to describe your environment. Environment for Aries for next week, please. The Queen of Elixirs, which is the Queen of Cups in this deck, and I actually did get 2 for this as well. And the Page of Coins. I keep forgetting to show these. Okay. So essentially the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So this is telling me that right now the energy in your environment is allowing you to connect to your subconscious or to reflect on your situation, your circumstances right now, and also allowing you to integrate all the information that you've learned recently, adjusting to new circumstances, and kind of suggesting that I need to stare at these for a moment. Grounding. Queen of Cups. Okay, so this could be about paying attention a little bit to like some self-love, right? Or self-care, or both. As far as the Queen of Cups, though, so part of your grounding, perhaps you find yourself either needing a more loving environment, or you are in a very loving environment, and this is going to allow you to get yourself back to a good starting point for moving forward. In the Page of Coins, this could be potentially, it's kind of a childlike energy, so this could be someone younger that you know, if this is somebody else, or this could be you potentially feeling inexperienced in some way, or dealing with self-doubt or pressures associated with some kind of financial or business decision. Going back to these decisions over here with the Emperor and the Judgment card, and then we've got the coins over here. This could be about work or money, or something in the physical realm that you're trying to manifest. And the Queen of Cups also tells me that you are you really want what you want for the right reasons, and you're coming from a pure place, and also that you are getting a lot of information from spirit or your higher self or your spirit guides, or however you see that, that sent this higher information. You're open to it, and that is going to allow you to feel a little more inspired and excited about the future and what you can create, what you can manifest. Okay. Next is a card that's going to describe your situation. So a specific situation that will be of relevance, most relevance to you, week of July 5th, is the Devil, which I know we don't usually like to see that card very much, but it's It's a part of everyone's life. This could be some kind of overindulgence. It could be an addiction or just a bad habit. The devil is just the devil embodies the ways in which we are self-destructive or the ways that we hold ourselves back. So this could just mean that you have to cut out some unhealthy behaviors, which really does relate to the Emperor card and the Judgment card together, right? Bringing in order, following the rules, doing the right thing, following a structure, and getting rid of any chaos or bad habits or overindulgent behaviors that are not furthering your progress, are not good for you, and are actively standing in the way of you moving forward with whatever it is that you're trying to do. So if you're in a period right now where you feel really stuck and you know that there are ways that you could change your life, or just behaviors that you could change, anything that you know that you thought of right away that you could change in order to have less problems in this area, that's probably what the Devil card is referring to. And it's different for everybody, but because it's an issue from inside of us, then it's something that we can fix. It is within our control. So that's the good news. So the next card that I'm going to pull is going to be something that you should do, right? Do this. What can Aries do in this situation regarding that devil? The High Priestess is what came out. I really wish. There we go. Okay. So, do this. And the answer is High Priestess. That tells me that you need to meditate. You need to get back in touch with spirit. You need to get back in touch with your unconscious self. And you need to start digging into your shadow a little bit, revealing to yourself where the root of this devil energy lies, right? What are you doing and what are you feeling? What are your thoughts that feed it? And trusting also, there's an element of faith with the High Priestess, trusting in the universe to reveal to you what you need to do and how you can change your situation, and following that advice. And that information will come through as intuition, most likely, or you may see signs out and about, synchronicities. You might see 333 or 111 everywhere you go. Anything like that. Like, listen. And this is best done in meditation, but I know that that's never easy. I tell people to meditate all the time. I can't honestly remember the last time I meditated. So I know it's easier said than done. But if you can find, and I say this because we go back to the theme here, the stone, grounding, silence, peace, stillness. That will probably be the best way if you can find time and find a space where you are comfortable but alone, where you can sit down, meditate, ground, get back in touch with nature. That is going to be best for you to reflect upon and make better decisions, or decide what it is you need to let go, what you need to encourage within yourself. So the next card is what you need to let go. What does Aries need to let go? I got the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be, well, I actually had another card that came out and I wasn't going to keep it, but I will, because that's an interesting thing to let go. Okay, so we have the Five of Blades, which is the Five of Swords. So perhaps you're feeling defeated. if there's something that you've been fighting for or working hard towards, something that you want really bad and you feel like you're not getting there, we've kind of already addressed that that's probably because you have some kind of habit that you need to cut out of your life, but also a sense of failure or defeat. The Five of Blades is all about defeat. I see it as being almost like self-defeat. And then the Knight of Coins is a very balanced and responsible, hardworking card. So I'm guessing that you are probably allowing your feeling of defeat or like feeling like you failed, that it's an attitude that you have right now that is really hurting you, really holding you down. It's not because you're stuck in that mindset, because you are not believing in yourself and your abilities. I feel that you're not opening yourself up to any ideas or possibilities or opportunities that could open themselves up to you, because you feel like you can't accomplish it, or you don't know if you can, and so you don't want to try because what if it just fails, and what if you suck, and whatever. What I'm getting here is that whatever you need to do to be back on your right path and productive and happy and stable, is trying to be communicated to you right now by spirit through, again, dreams, your intuition, signs out and about, and through, the random communications with other people around you. You really just have to take that first step towards cutting out what you know to be unhealthy so that you can bring in the good stuff that you've been working on for so long. So our last card is going to be the outcome card. Outcome card for Aries next week. The outcome, if Aries can find a way to let go of a self-defeating attitude and a bad habit or two. Let's see, what do we got? The Six of Coins. So I see this as being, some people call it the charity card. It could also be like you helping somebody or somebody helping you, either in financial matters or just material issues. Or it could be more about reciprocity, like finally getting back what you've put into something. So that could be a part of why you feel so defeated, is that you've put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money into something, and it so far has not paid you back. You have not gotten back what you put into it. And so you really just have to hang in there. And again, look for a sign for what your next step should be. Really ground yourself and meditate and get yourself back to a perspective where you're like, I can do this. I just need to change a few things and hang in there, and this will come back to me. This will work out. So we'll switch now to, I don't know, I may have to cover these. We're going to switch to Oracle cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards from Flowers from the Dead, which is this beautiful Oracle deck that I got off of Etsy, and I don't remember who made it, but I will leave links to all the decks that I have, if possible, in the description. So these 3 cards are just more insight into the roots of your issue. If you have an issue this week that you need to work through, like things on the inside that you should, or themes, can also be seen as themes. So I got the Coyote, which is cunning and resourceful. So you may need to try and work a little smarter and less hard. Then we have the Toad, cleansing and transformation. Ooh, can we get it? No. And then last but not least, the Owl, caution and wisdom. So I suppose these cards came out as just pure advice. Work hard, or work smart, not hard. There's also this need for a cleansing transformation, which I could see as definitely being like a change in perspective, a change in attitude about how you're approaching the problem. And then caution and wisdom, keep your eyes open and keep your ear to the ground. And this may not necessarily be a time to be taking any risks, but everything that you've been through up to this point has been to teach you something. Anything you're going through right now is about the lesson. And so the Owl kind of tells you to really ponder that. What is the lesson? What can I learn from this? You're going through a hard time, and that is difficult and relatable. But also, if you can step back and look at your situation from an objective point of view, as an outsider, kind of cut your emotions out of it as you think about it. What's the takeaway? How has this made me stronger, smarter, better? Next card I'm going to pull is a shamanic medicine card, because I love these and they're beautiful and I love them. And they offer a little more of like a traditional or spiritual offering to the reading. There we go. Stone people. Knowing. So that's kind of funny because we have the stone people. And I think that the same principle of the stone card in the archetype deck is actually the same as this deck, where the stone has been there forever, and the stone people have seen it all, they know it all, they've experienced it all. They were here long before we were a twinkle in Earth's eye, and they're going to be here long after we're gone. And so you turn to the infinite wisdom of the stone people, or you tune into it in order to make the appropriate decision with the most knowledge. This could also indicate that grounding is what's going to connect you to your internal knowing. Because we all do have the ability to tap into a higher consciousness, a bigger consciousness that contains the information that we need or that we want. And it's all about getting in the right mindset, getting yourself there. Which for you, Aries, next week starts with grounding. Grounding. Did I say it enough? Grounding. Next card I'm going to pull is an Earth Power Oracle card. And this is these are like elements or energies of the earth, like in nature or natural places on the planet that you might tap into or try to call into your life to help you move forward, and to help you to ground and tap into your higher knowing. One for Aries, please. Just one card for Aries. Maybe, if it wants to give me anything. There we go, I almost threw that one. Oh Lord, I can't say this. I'm going to call it the place of refuge. If someone else... Okay, I'll try. Pu'uhonua. probably slaughtered that. The place of refuge. I am forgiven. I forgive. So you may need to, when we come back to letting go and letting go of that feeling of, defeat. And then the devil card also, you may need to forgive either somebody or yourself. I kind of feel like you need to forgive yourself for something, either something that you did or something that you feel or something that you think or, something that you not, maybe something that you said. I'm kind of getting that it could be something that you said or some kind of, maybe you set a goal for yourself and you have not met that goal. And that is driving these feelings of, I'm sorry, this looks so horrible. That may be causing the feeling of self-defeat. And that could be your devil. Could be, that voice, that part of you in your head that's like, I'm not doing enough. I'm a failure. I set out to do A. I've only done this, that, and that. And I'm a failure. Or what do I have to show for myself? That could be a feeling that's kind of coming up for you. Feeling like you have nothing to show for all your hard work. But one other theme that I'm noticing in the cards, this reading from like the stone people, the Pentacles cards, this is something that you've been trying to grow, and it grows super slowly. It takes a long time. There's a lot of hiccups, and kind of like moving back to that stone and the stone people, like these large stone structures in the wilderness and even the rocks in our pockets were eroded and whittled down by water and wind and sand for, millions of years. And it just takes time to refine yourself and to refine your work and your life into what you want it to be in the future. So patience. You need a little bit more patience with yourself specifically. Patience and love for yourself, because definitely hating on yourself isn't going to help you at all. The next cards that I want to draw, I'll do 2 Roots and Wings cards, and then I'll do 2 Divine Energy Oracle cards. And these are kind of advice or inspiration for you. Wildness. Okay, so this is definitely connecting back to like your animal self, or, spending time with animals. I think that definitely you want to find yourself out in nature, even out in wilderness. Like if you can only get to a very lovely city park, that's good. That's perfect. But if you can like go camping or go to a lake, definitely an environment where if you could just totally immerse yourself in nature, in order to connect back to that deeper part of yourself, like the fire, the spark inside of us all that drives us, that we've felt and known since we were babies, like connecting back to that. Perhaps you got pulled away from it in all the day-to-day crap and everything that's going on in the world right now. You really just need to go back and connect to like the very deepest, basic, most part of you. Potentially also root chakra healing. That came to mind, which has a lot to do with grounding, of course. So you might look into that as well, root chakra, stones that would work for that, meditations that you can do to sort that out. Root chakra, wildness. Okay, next card. Inspiration and advice for Aries. Sorry I keep moving the camera, guys. I will figure this out. One more inspiration. Oh, the worker, the bee. I'm sure you already feel like you are the worker. And this is just kind of telling you to keep it up. That you're doing good. Keep up the hard work. And work together with other people. The hive is important. And actually, that makes me want to draw another card. But not from this deck. From a different deck. The Animal Dreaming deck. Since we're doing advice, I'll draw one of these. I love these cards. And we just have so much like nature and animals and natural energy here that I think this would go great. The Emu. Endurance. So that maybe that's your test. Maybe that's your lesson right now, is learning how to endure and maintain your hope and your faith and your faith within yourself. Like I keep saying, hang in there, hang in there. That's the message of the Emu. Okay, so last two cards. Divine Oracle Energy cards, and these are more advice cards. And I do love these. They're like very straightforward, no guessing what they mean, only how to apply them. Get advice for nervous. So the first card, correct your mistakes. And that definitely goes back to the Devil card. You know what it is. I don't know what you did, but you know what it is that you need to fix, make up for, and forgive yourself for, right? One more for Aries. I'm going to blame the Mercury retrograde for my camera problems. Does that even fly? Is that a thing? Okay. Keep your commitments. So, whatever you're doing and you feel like it's not working, don't scrap it. It's not time to scrap it. This is definitely going somewhere. You feel stuck right now, you're having a rough time, and you're losing hope, you're losing momentum, you're losing faith in the whole process, but you're just hung up on something in yourself, and once you get over it, and once you forgive yourself, and make the appropriate changes to your life, then this is going to start going forward again, and you're going to be able to accomplish what it is you set out to in the beginning. So that's it, Aries, for the week of July 5th through 11th. If this reading resonates with you and you'd like to see more, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more readings. I'll be doing this weekly, and I'll be adding other readings too, like pick-a cards and stuff like that. And if this reading doesn't resonate with you, go check out your moon or your rising sign, or Venus or Pluto or whatever planet you want. They're all going to be there. So, yeah. Thank you. You guys hang in there. Take care. And we'll see you next time.